everyone, good afternoon. We are honored today to have Mrs. Theresa Cashen. She's the president and CEO of Loudoun Habitat of Humanity. Theresa, thank you very much for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to chat with you today.
I did remember a little bit, I did remember your face when I saw you from the time when we've been on the gala, but thank you for everything you do. And Loudoun Habitat of Humanity is a very well-known non-profit organization. It's in the world. It's not only in US.
No, right. We're in all 50 states, but then also 70 countries around the world. So
Yeah.
we do have a highly, easily recognized brand. People know who we are, and that makes our work easier.
Yes. Tell us a little bit about you.
Okay.
And a little bit bio about you and what drives you to get to Loudoun Habitat. You just told me that you've been there for like almost 10 years.
Yes, yeah. As I said, I'm the old lady on the team.
Well, I guess you're doing excellent job.
Thank you. So I've lived in Loudoun County for about 18 years, and I've lived a couple different places. Came here for jobs, again, as you mentioned, 10 years with Loudoun Habitat for Humanity. I had a friend who was the executive director at the time, and they had gotten a grant to hire someone to do marketing. And Jeff reached out to me and he said, "Oh, what are you interested?" And I'm like, as a mother of 3, I definitely had a heart for home. I knew the importance and the value of home, but not really that knowledgeable about Habitat and how they empowered the community with home. And as I learned more and more about it, there's this common misconception, Habitat gives away houses. Jimmy Carter was our founder, and I had all those misconceptions. But as I learned more, the model of Habitat about a hand up really spoke to me. And 10 years later, I'm still here and really have a passion for how important not only home is for the individual, but it's so important to our community. And to have a great community, you have to have housing for everyone.
Tell us a little bit about the process.
Okay.
What do you do, guys?
Okay, so our big program is home ownership, and our home ownership program is we have an open application. Families apply to the program. They have to be in what we call 30 to 60% of the area median income to qualify for our program. But they also have to be able to be willing to partner with us. It's usually an 18 to 24 month process to get a house. So they're with us for a while. We get to know each other. So again, it's really truly a partnership. They also have to be able to pay a mortgage. We don't give away houses. Our families do have a mortgage, but we make it affordable, and we work with 30% of their current income. So the way the process is, they come into the program, we provide lots of training so that they're going to be well positioned to be a homeowner. They do what's called sweat equity, and sweat equity is all about giving back to the community, so they can give back through Habitat, but they can also give back through other ways, other nonprofits. We love to bring the kids into the mix so that their grades, we give sweat equity hours if they've got good grades. So it really becomes a family and friends endeavor to get their sweat equity. They've got over 200 hours they have to complete, so that's a key part of the program. And they also have to have a financial situation that allows them to make a mortgage payment. So they come into the program 18 to 24 months. We look for houses, we do some new construction, we do a lot of rehab work, we'll look for distressed properties, and then we go in and bring those houses up to code, make them safe, stable, and then our families, that becomes their home.
Yeah, and you give them the key.
And we give them the key at their house dedication. So that's one of our programs. We also have a big home repair program. And what we have found, particularly here in Loudoun County, as houses are aging, people are aging in their homes, they're not able to afford some of the needed repairs. to be able to age in their houses. So we work mainly with senior citizens, veterans, and disabled to go in and make modifications to their houses to make them more safe and stable. An example of that would be maybe an aging in place that has a tub and they can't get in and out of their tub any longer, so we go in and put a shower in. Or the front walkway is so broken up and the steps that they can't get in and out of their houses. We had a client that was really trapped in her home because she was wheelchair bound and didn't have a ramp. So we went in and put a ramp. So now she can get in and out of her home to go to her doctor's appointments. So that program has really taken off here in the last couple of years. So that's a big part of what we do as well.
Wow.
And again, that's for low income. So
That's
that's
all
folks
low
that are
income.
below 60% of the AMI.
And also for the homeowner, it has to be kind of family, not individual. Or you do accept
We do have
individuals.
individuals. Actually, we have 2 of our current families in the pipeline are individuals. So no, we're not. We love everyone, right? Most of the folks that apply to our program are families, but we've had some, senior, older folks here in Loudoun County getting in the house for the first time, and then we have a lot of young families who are getting their house for the first time. One of the best stories I think most of us involved in Habitat tell is that young teenager, maybe a 13 or 14-year-old, that's going to have a bedroom for the first time. They've never had their own room. And when we do the dedication and they take you in and they show you the room, there's just so much pride and happiness. And, as someone involved in the mission, that's always a really, again, pulls at the heart. But I'm like, I so can identify, right? Because our kids have probably all grown up having their own bedroom, having their own space. And of course, COVID made all of that even more important, to be able to have a little bit of space to study, get away from the rest of the family, right? Those types of things.
Now,
So-
the homes are already furnished, or you furnish the homes for them too?
No, the families come in and furnish the home, right? They're gonna own this home, they're paying a mortgage on it, so it's their house. So they'll furnish the homes.
Okay.
We do work with them. Sometimes they'll come into the restore. Part of the whole home buying process is
Yes.
a discount at the restore to be able to go in maybe and get some of the things they need. We also have other organizations we work with that sometimes will help the homeowners. But they kind of have their own design, aesthetic, right? So they really want to make the house theirs, and they do that through coming up with their own
I'm sure
furniture.
they're very excited. It is long process. You're
It
saying
is
14 to 18 months.
18 to 24 months.
What can you get a difficulty between that time? Is that sometimes like maybe in the process of the time or anything? Can everybody get in and pass all those and they get the home, or sometimes there is some maybe difficulty will prevent at some point to get to the home?
Get there.
to the
So,
home?
usually our families, we take in a limited number of families into the pipeline. In our last open application, we had 68 applications, and we were able to take 5 of them. Because we don't ever want to bring a family in and then not be able to deliver a house within that 18 to 24 months. Sometimes, financial situations will change and we have to defer someone in the program maybe to a later timeline so they can get the finances. Of course, COVID,
Absolutely.
wreaked havoc in a lot of our families, financials. But usually our families, I'd say 90% of them end up with a house. It just takes a little bit of time. And when you talk with them, they'll say, we need it that time. It gives them an opportunity to save their money. It gives them an opportunity to really
to find maybe
focus.
better job too.
Yes, focus on budget. So it's just an important part of the whole process.
That's great.
Sorry about that.
Can you talk to us a little bit about Restore? I know you did mention
Sure.
about Restore.
Yes.
Can you tell us a
Sure.
little bit about Restore?
So here's I would say to anyone out there, go visit the Restore. You really can't understand what the Restore is like until you go and visit it. Our Restore is very heavy on furniture and home decor, but we do also have building supplies. Every Restore is run by the affiliate, so There are restores all over the country. Each of them can be totally unique and different. Again, ours is very furniture-based.
And it's located in Leesburg.
It's
correct?
right in Leesburg, right at the corner of Battlefield and Route 15.
Yeah.
So again, I would just say, go to the restore. And then if you've got good items, everything is donated.
And it's going to good
And
cause.
that funding then from the restore then goes to any home building or home repair work that we do.
Yeah, that's awesome. And talk to us a little bit about events. And I know there's a huge event coming in.
Yes,
This
yes.
coming Saturday. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it. but
Next year.
Next year.
Yes.
I promise. This is actually your big event of the year, probably.
It
correct?
is, yes. Our Raise the Roof Gala, this is our 11th year doing it, and it is our big fundraising event. This year we'll have close to 400 guests.
Nice.
And a lot of companies come in, they buy a table, they do a sponsorship, they bring their folks. But it's a really exciting night. I know this sounds biased, but it's also a lot of fun.
I
It's
remember
not
the
just
dance is fun.
Yes,
I
yes.
remember that.
We have a fantastic band, and it's a fun evening. But of course, we like to say a party for a great cause.
Yes.
So we have that on Saturday. That's our big fundraiser. We don't do a lot of other fundraising type events throughout the year.
Well,
We
you
kinda
have
put our
Give It
efforts.
Shoes also coming in.
Oh, sure, yes, we have Give
That's a
Choose
huge-
coming up. Yep, that's a
Yeah.
big one. Coming up here in the next couple weeks. The two are so close together, it's
Yeah.
not as big for us as some other of the nonprofits
Yeah.
in Loudoun. And we do team builds, which is another opportunity I put out there, where a company can say, okay, we're going to bring 10 of our folks, and we're going to swing hammers on one of your jobs. So this is a bonding activity, and that's another way that we raise funds for the work that we do. So those are our big,
And I know
events.
there is an event we normally you've got me participate to in September, the picnic
Oh, yes,
event.
yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about it? I
Sure.
remember, you ask also guys for some of the businesses to do donations.
Yes, so we like to we have 65 families that are Habitat homeowners, and so we like to bring them together once a year, chance to touch base with them, see how their lives are going, and so we have what's called our family reunion, and you've all been so generous in sponsoring our door
Gift cards.
prizes,
Yep,
that
door
we
prizes.
give out to our families. So it's a picnic, it's outdoors, and we usually get 50, 60 of our families there. So
That's
lots of
nice.
fun.
They're all
Yeah.
together, and I think you serve food and
Yes.
drink
Yeah.
and-
We have games, and
Yeah.
it's just again a good opportunity for us to see our families, but also for them to share their stories and how life is going for them, and making sure that everything's still on track for them.
Any accomplishment are you planning from now to the end of the year this year?
So
What is
this
the new
year,
plans?
what's the new? So this year we are going to have a new construction project in Leesburg. It will be a duplex. So we're excited about that. Some land that we were able to acquire. So that's coming up. Of course, we'll continue with our rehab program. We hope to do 5 to 6 houses in 23 for that. The home repair program has tripled, and applications continue to come in for that. So we are going to grow and expand that program. We are right now, like a lot of companies and nonprofits, in the middle of a strategic planning process. And so we really do hope at the end of that's going to kind of lay out what our future looks like. So that's kind of our big.
What is most in needs?
So funding, right? As
Yeah.
all nonprofits would say, we are in the space of home ownership, and so obviously here in Loudoun County, real estate's extremely expensive. So funding is really important. And land donations, that doesn't happen often, but would be fantastic for our organization to be able to have land donated. One of the tools that we have done, the first person here in Loudoun County is a community land trust. And we're really focused on trying to build permanent affordability so that our houses folks don't go into them and then they just leave the inventory of affordable housing and go to market rate. So we have a land trust tool that we're using to help keep these houses affordable for 99 years. Donated land is really key to the success of land trust. A land trust being successful. So donated land, donated real estate, and really funding. They would be the key areas. Love our volunteers. We have lots of volunteers. People want to come out. They want to swing hammers, right? That's kind of a fun, hey, wow, I swung a hammer on this house. But we can always use more volunteers as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. And can you tell us, a little bit, we did talk about the involvement. How can we reach out to all the listener today?
Sure. Well, first thing I would really encourage you to do is become knowledgeable on the need for affordable housing. And you could do that. There's the workforce housing group that has been formed here by the Community Foundation. Great data out there. Just to become knowledgeable, understand the benefits of home ownership, understand why it's important to our county. The economics of it is so important. So that's my first. I would say take some time to become educated. Of course, in Habitat, we are always happy to talk with folks. Our website has information as well. I would say make a donation, right? We've got Give Choose coming up. And so that's just another great way to give back to the work that we're doing here in Loudoun. We have 3 different e-newsletters, and I know our mailboxes are so full. But if you want to learn more about the actual construction we're doing, where to volunteer, we have a weekly e-newsletter. Our monthly newsletter is really focused very much on why supporting housing is important. Donate to the Restore. You've got that great sofa. So many people want to put it out there in the marketplace and sell it. And I would say, consider making that donation. It's safer, it's easier, we offer free pickup. So that's a great way to give back to the organization. And go shop at the Restore. Particularly if you've got young adults getting ready to go to college or their own apartments. That's another great, place to go shopping. So those would be some immediate ways that you can get involved. You can call me. I'm always happy to talk with anyone about our work and what we do and why it's important.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Theresa, today for all your time and everything you do in the community. I mean, I couldn't believe to see the face of a child or a kid or anybody, even family, husband and wife, for a long time. They never own a home, and they're getting a key of a home.
Yes.
This is amazing.
You've been to a dedication before then, right? Yes, yeah. So the dedications really are so meaningful when that family does get the key to their house.
And it's emotional probably too.
And and it's not just about the family. It's about the volunteer that came out and swung the hammer. We get told over and over again that our volunteers get as much out of that, giving back in that way as our families do. So, if you're ever interested in swinging a hammer or learning even a skill,
or maybe painting.
Painting, yeah, right. It doesn't always have to be about the hammer, right? Yeah. So yes, it is just it's just a great day in Habitat when we can hand the keys over to a new family. And we only do it with businesses like yours that are supporting our work.
Putting all our hands together in our community. That's all what it takes, really.
Yep.
That everybody step up.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. So glad, good to be here with you today. I really enjoyed our conversation.
We appreciate you. Thank you very much.